black people coming into the country, they were like, we need other people in here. And also, no niggas allowed in here. Hispanics, you could have Europeans, Jews, everyone else. If you look into it, they did not allow black people when it came over here. I'm like, that is crazy. That's fucking crazy. And I always cross-reference everything because I'm like, okay, this is cool. I like to know for, just to double check, just to, cross my T's and dot my I's. And then I'm like, holy fuck. They're absolutely right. That wasn't made for black people when it comes to the Constitution. Because if you look at the laws, right, they have used the Supreme Court, law enforcement, all the powers that be, the institutions themselves for the benefit of themselves. But when black people say, hey, what about us? Now it's welfare. Now it's you just want handouts. I'm like, that shit is crazy. Once you decondition yourself, and it takes some time. It will take some time. Actually, maybe not. If you thirst for knowledge, you'll attain it. But once you decondition yourself from what you've been, programmed, the propaganda, then you start to look at things. You start to see the matrix. I'm like, holy fuck, that's crazy. Right? That's crazy. The same they want to talk about, government this, government that. It's the same government that allowed you to have segregation. The same government when it came to Plessy versus Ferguson. The same government when it came to the Dred Scott decision, especially when you look into the Supreme Court. So you didn't have a problem with government since forever, since its erection, okay? You didn't have a problem with government. It's only until black Americans were saying, hey, why does the government help us? Why does the government benefit us? Why the same way it's benefit you? Then they switched it around. Then they flipped the script. Then they vilified government. As soon as they got all the resources, because if you understand as far as when it comes to slavery, they redistributed all of the resources, maldistributed all the resources. Okay, all of them. That's why when it came to as far as the 40 acres a mule, that's why as far as reparations was so important. Because hundreds and hundreds of years, what I believe over 99, over 100% of the resources were redistributed, maldistributed. And it wasn't the black people. We can own property, can own land, we can own anything because we were property. So now when we're talking about a redistribution of resources, and that's the same thing MLK was talking about later on in his life.
We are recording now. All right, I'm Can of Tea. Today with me is Prudentialist.
Over 99, over 100% of the resources were redistributed, maldistributed. And it wasn't the black people. We can own property, can own land, we can own anything because we were property. So now when we're talking about a redistribution of resources, and that's the same thing MLK was talking about later on in his life, where he realized, hey, all this kumbaya shit doesn't mean anything, nigga, if you don't have wealth and power. All this kumbaya